Now in the world of smartphones, you have your iPhones and the Samsung Galaxy S21, S22s, which are the cream of the crop. But here in India, what sells the most are Xiaomi's and OnePluses. Similar is the case in electric two-wheelers, where you have the Ather 450X, the Bajaj Chetak and the Ola S1. But what if you wanted something that looks premium, has decent range and performance, but costs fraction of the price? Well, that's what we have here. This is the first ride review of the new Bounce Infinity E1 electric scooter. Now before I get into the riding experience of the E1, let's explore its USPs. Firstly is its pricing strategy. Now there are three plans to opt from, and the first one is pretty conventional, where you buy the scooter with the battery at an attractive price tag of Rs 80,000 ex-showroom. And with state-wise subsidies, the price of the scooter can go down to as low as 60,000 rupees. Now the exact prices in each state are on your screen right now. Now the unconventional methods. Now in case if you want the E1 for an even lower upfront price, Bounce will sell it to you without the battery. And to operate the scooter, you only need to pay a monthly subscription fee of Rs 850 or 1250. Now the exact prices of the scooter in each state are once again on your screen. So if you are in Maharashtra, like we are, you can get the E1 for as low as 46,000 rupees, and you only need to pay 1250 rupees as a monthly subscription. Sounds attractive, right? But let's do some simple math. So for 1 year, the battery subscription price is 1250 into 12 months, which comes to 61,000 rupees. So at the end of 1 year, you end up spending 61,000 rupees. Now coming to the second USP of the scooter, which is battery swapping technology. Now each battery swap costs 35 rupees maximum, and in a month Bounce says that you would estimatedly do 10 swaps. That costs 350 rupees per month. Now when you do 350 into 12, that means 4,200 rupees. So when you put all of this together, you end up spending 65,000 rupees. So the grand total that you're saving at the end of 1 year of operation is just 5,000 rupees. So by the time you go into the 15th or the 16th month of operation with the subscription plans, it isn't really economical. So the subscription plans do look attractive on paper, but if it were us, we would get the scooter the conventional way, with the battery. Now the other USP of the E1 is its battery swapping technology. Now it isn't the first EV in India to offer this tech, but it promises to offer an alternative solution to ease range anxiety issues. Swapping batteries would be just as quick as, say, filling fuel. Now the folks at Bounce have put some thought into this, as their swapping stations would be a hybrid of do-it-yourself as well as assisted stations. So I have Shumi here who will be assisting me with it. Now this is a good thought, especially for semi-urban as well as rural India, and even for elderly folks, because of two factors. A, doing this by somebody who is trained would be a safer method to do, and also at 12.5 kilos, the batteries aren't light. Thank you, Shuvi. He's plugging it back in. So now that you know the highlights of the E1, it's time to get astride the scooter. So let's bounce. Now we were riding a pre-production ready scooter with rough edges all around, which Bounce claims will be smoothed out by the time the scooter deliveries start in April. What will not change though are the motor and battery specs. Bounce isn't claiming to offer jaw-dropping performance or astronomical range. In the real world, Bounce claims the E1 will go 65 kilometers on a single charge, which considering the swap stations it will be setting up is decent. So as long as you keep your expectations in check, the E1 will continue to deliver a stress-free riding experience of around 45 to 50 kmph, sustaining the speeds quite well. Now in eco mode, the throttle response does feel dull, and its restrictive top speed of 40 kmph does seem a bit slow, especially for when you want to make those quick overtakes in the city, and having a little extra boost on hand would make the difference. Primarily, I end up spending most of my time riding in power mode, and even then, the response didn't feel electrifying, but it was enough. Now, one grouse that we have with the E1 is that the throttle calibration isn't the slickest. So when you roll on the throttle, there is a little bit of lag in the system, and even when transitioning from on to off, it does feel jerky and it's not seamless. Currently, this is still a pre-production scooter, and Bounce has stated that by the time the deliveries will begin, which is in the first week of April, these throttle issues should be sorted out. Now, what most buyers will like about the E1 is its sense of lightness. At 94 kilos, it is one of the lighter high-speed electric scooters, and it shows in the way it handles city traffic. It is very light to steer. More so, at 780 mm, the seat height is fairly accessible of riders of most heights. But having said that, the seat is a bit wide, so you will have to scooch a bit forward to flat foot, especially the shorter guys. Now, for larger riders, especially those with larger feet, the floor space on offer is adequate, but we would have certainly liked it if there was more. What is a little bit of an issue is the low set handlebars, because while taking U-turns, they end up fouling with your legs. Now, there is a simple way around it, and it isn't a deal breaker. You just have to put your legs down to execute the U-turn. Now, all in all, it might not be the most comfortable riding posture, especially for larger riders, but it will still do the job.
You will have to deal with the lack of boot space on offer on the E1, as there is a massive battery occupying the chunk of the underseat area. There is a USB charger present under the seat, but we would have ideally liked it to be present on the front apron with some cubby holes made as well. Nevertheless, you get 2 luggage hooks to hang groceries from. The E1's lightness makes it quite an easy scooter to filter through traffic, provided you have enough momentum on hand. It doesn't feel jittery or twitchy like most scooters do, thanks to the 12-inch wheel setup at both ends, remaining calm and composed when leaned over. In its current avatar, you cannot be too enthusiastic when taking left-handers, as the extremely protruding side stand digs into the tarmac, forcing the scooter to sit up and causing some nervy moments. Bounce claims the side stand is being redesigned for the final scooter. The E1 does a good job of absorbing road imperfections. It isn't plush or harsh, pliable at best. Over the sharper surfaces, the bumps do filter through to the rider, but not in a rude manner. Braking inconsistencies were aplenty on the first ride, while everyone on the ride faced the same issue where the rear wheel locked up and caused some massive slides. The front brake on our scooter lacked stopping power. On some of the other scooters, this wasn't an issue. The E1 has a compact digital dash displaying only the necessary data, which is easily legible in all conditions of the day. There is a smartphone app in the works which will show ride data related features and also help with the battery swapping procedure. The Bounce Infinity E1 looks small and petite without any flashy bits to flaunt. Having said that, the build quality of the E1 could be better, with the plastics rattling a bit when going over the rough surfaces. The quality levels of the paint, plastics and switchgear is rather justified, considering its relatively affordable price tag.
So clearly the Bounce Infinity E1 wasn't going to be the iPhone or the top tier Samsung Galaxy of the EV world, but what it doesn't turn out to be is also the flagship Xiaomi or the OnePlus series phones. What it actually is the Redmi series of phones, which does the basics quite right without the frills and the thrills. It isn't one for the elite, nor is it for the enthusiast. But what it does offer is a step up in terms of experience from the plethora of low-speed options flooded in the market.
So, its intent is clear. It is meant for those for whom affordable and convenient electric mobility is a crucial need of the hour.
But what remains to be seen is whether the E1 can propel the brand bounce to infinity and beyond. Well, that's our time with the scooter. Do drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to ZigWheels, stay notified, and until next time, thank you for watching.